It's been almost 2 weeks since the snowstorm, and New York still feels frozen in time. It's
Nearly 2 weeks after the snowstorm that blanketed New York City, the streets remain locked in ice. What once appeared as a postcard-perfect winter scene has transformed into a harsh, frozen environment. The soft white snow that captivated the world now exists only in memory, replaced by dark, compacted piles of ice stained by the city's streets.
When I look at the streets now, the beautiful snow is gone bad. What's left is dirty, stubborn ice.
The cold never loosened its grip. Instead of melting away, the snow hardened. Time slowed. Walking became cautious. Driving turned risky. Waiting for a bus became an act of endurance. New York keeps moving, but at a different pace. When the storm arrived, it brought up to 30 centimeters of snow to parts of the city. In Central Park, snowfall reached 29 centimeters, surpassing a record set more than a century ago. Streets vanished beneath white layers. Cars disappeared. The city paused. For a brief moment, the storm delivered breathtaking images of a silent metropolis. But the beauty was temporary. The temperatures never rose, and the snow never truly left.
Today, the cold isn't just the temperature. It's under our feet, at the bus stops, in every careful step.
Immediately after the storm, city officials launched one of the largest snow removal efforts in recent years. Sanitation crews, heavy machinery, and plows worked around the clock. More than 52,000 crosswalks were cleared. Over 11,000 fire hydrants were uncovered. More than 17,000 bus stops were reopened. Millions of kilograms of snow were removed, yet the extreme cold prevented lasting results. Each night the ice returned. It became a battle between machines and sub-zero temperatures. As days passed, the landscape shifted. White snow faded. In its place, gray, rock-hard ice piles emerged, compacted, polluted, and immovable. These frozen mounds now occupy sidewalks, street corners, and medians. They don't melt. They don't move easily. They redefine the city's geography.
The city tried to clear everything right after the storm, but the cold won pause, and the ice stayed.
For pedestrians, winter rewrote the rules. Waterproof boots became essential. Smooth soles turned dangerous. In areas where snow removal was incomplete, people walk single file, carefully choosing each step. A fall is no longer a minor inconvenience. It can mean injury or worse. The city adapts, but not without cost. Bus stops became buried in ice. In some cases, passengers wait in the street itself, sharing space with traffic and snowbanks. Many residents abandoned their cars altogether. Vehicles left untouched after the storm are now trapped under ice as hard as stone. Public transportation absorbs the strain. Slower, crowded, but necessary.
I thought the snow would melt on its own, like it usually does, but this winter decided to stay.
With nature offering no help, the city turned to technology. A machine unused since 2021 was brought back into service. Nicknamed the Hot Tub, the Trecken Combustion 60 PD snow melter functions like a massive industrial furnace, capable of melting enormous volumes of snow. Commonly used at airports, it now operates on city streets, a last resort against a winter that refuses to release its grip.
Two weeks later, New York is still living inside that snowstorm.
But not every problem can be solved with machinery. The extreme cold has taken lives. People exposed to sub-zero temperatures were found dead, pushing the total number of cold-related fatalities to 16. Each case highlights the vulnerability of those living on the margins. Winter does not affect everyone equally. For some, it is an inconvenience. For others, it is deadly.
Walking the sidewalks today feels like crossing a minefield. One wrong step and you're down.
Across subways, elevators, grocery stores, and bars, one sentence keeps surfacing. This winter feels different. While no historic record may have been officially broken, the winter of 2026 has become one of the most uncomfortable in recent memory, not because of snowfall alone, but because it refuses to fade. The ice that won't melt has become its symbol.
The white snow from the photos has turned into dark, rock-hard piles all over the city.
New York continues to function. Lights turn on, trains run, people move forward. But everything happens more slowly, more carefully. The winter of 2026 will not be remembered only by numbers. It will be remembered by feeling, by ice underfoot, by quiet streets, and by the resilience of a city that once again learned how to endure the extreme. Because even frozen, New York never stops.
Even with crews working around the clock, the cold refuses to let go.
As days pass, New Yorkers begin to relearn how to move through their own city. Routes change, shortcuts disappear, familiar sidewalks become obstacles. What once took minutes now takes planning. Adaptation becomes instinct.
Today I saw people waiting for the bus in the middle of the street because the stops are buried in ice.
The city sounds different in the cold. Snow absorbs noise. Ice cracks underfoot. Engines struggle. Sirens feel farther away. Winter reshapes not just what is seen, but what is heard.
I never imagined ice would become a permanent part of the city's landscape.
For small businesses, ice-covered sidewalks mean fewer customers. Deliveries are delayed, staff arrive late, or not at all. Winter quietly tightens the margins.
Winter 2026 didn't break official records, but in daily life, it's taking a heavy toll.
It's pretty cool.
When the sun sets, the cold intensifies. Meltwater refreezes. Streets that seemed manageable during the day become dangerous by night. Darkness amplifies the risk.
Every step I take today requires focus. The ground is unforgiving.
Before most of the city wakes up, crews are already working. Shovels scrape ice, salt spreads, trucks pass silently through empty streets. Their work is rarely noticed until it stops.
The city has melted millions of pounds of snow, and still the ice is winning.
salt keeps the city moving, but it comes at a cost. It corrodes vehicles, damages shoes, and seeps into infrastructure. Every solution leaves a mark.
The cold has already taken lives, and that changes how you see this winter.
For older residents and people with limited mobility, winter narrows the world. A single icy step can mean isolation. Cold turns independence into vulnerability.
The ice isn't just on the streets, put showing them. It's in the city's rhythm.
Hospitals see more slips, fractures, and hypothermia cases. Emergency responders work against both time and temperature. Winter increases the load, quietly, steadily.
Leaving home today without waterproof boots feels like a serious mistake.
Below the streets, water lines freeze and rupture. Buildings lose heat, repairs multiply. The cold reaches underground.
Anyone who waited too long to clear their car is now fighting ice, hard as stone.
Extended winter affects mood, fatigue builds, patience shortens. The city feels heavier. Cold is not only physical, it is mental. Veteran residents recall other harsh seasons, but something feels different this time. Not the snowfall, but its persistence. This winter lingers.
New York is still moving, Fuxin, just much slower.
Online, the storm looks beautiful. On the ground, it is exhausting. The gap between image and experience grows wider each day. Beauty fades, reality stays. Weather forecasts become daily rituals. A few degrees mean hope. A cold front means resignation. The city watches the sky. New York has endured blackouts, storms, and crises before. Endurance is part of its identity. Winter is just another test.
This isn't the most historic winter on record, but it's easily one of the most uncomfortable I've ever lived through.
Eventually, temperatures will rise, ice will melt, streets will clear, but memory remains. This winter will be remembered not for how it arrived, but for how long it stayed.